Welcome back to Sadhana. We often ask ourselves why the tastiest of treats are the hardest to make. Today, Thigam Nathoo shows us that a delicious adarsam is not as hard to make as we may think.
Hi and vanakkam and welcome. I'm Thigam Nathoo and today we're going to be making something very, very different, and that is called adarsam. And what is it? What is adarsam? Adarsam is a little rice cake that is made for the bride when a bride is leaving a home or a village and she's going off to live with her new family. Then her family has to give us something to eat along the way, and that particular thing is called adarsam. I always thought it was one of the most difficult things to make, and whenever there's a family wedding, you hear of all the aunties asking each other, do you know who's the adarsam auntie who can make it for us? But now when I give you this recipe, you're going to see how easy it is and you can actually make it yourself. White rice, which has to be washed and dried, half a cup of water, 1 cup sugar, that's going to be for your syrup. You're going to need some sesame seed oil and some ilachi, and of course you're going to need normal oil for frying the adarsam. Take your rice and you're going to wash it well, pull out any stones or seeds or anything like that, wash it well, dry it on a towel, and you leave it for at least 3 hours. Thereafter, you will need to blitz it in your spice grinder or your blender, and this is what you end up with. It's a very fine rice flour, which has still got a bit of moisture in it. And what you're going to add to this is your ilachi, and you're going to keep that aside. In the meanwhile, you need to make some syrup. To make our syrup, we're going to use 1 cup of sugar to half a cup of water. Now, when you're making a syrup, you should not stir the syrup, otherwise it will crystallize. But what you can do is to shake the pot a little bit. The syrup is now ready. I can take it off the heat, and I am going to now make a hollow in my ground rice. I'm now going to add my syrup, but be careful, you do not add all the syrup at once. You add a little bit of it at a time to make a dough. There we go. See, we've got our dough now. Okay, that's our dough. This dough, once it's done, should be left to rest for at least 3 to 4 hours, or preferably overnight. What I'm going to do, it's a very, very sticky dough, so I'm going to put on this plate some sesame seed oil that I have here. And the reason for that is when I make the little, they're called rice cakes basically. When I make the little rice cakes, I'm going to place them on here and they won't stick. And I'll do that while I'm waiting for the oil to get ready. Also, you need to oil both your hands and your palms so that the dough doesn't stick to it. Adarsam doesn't have to be very big. It doesn't have to be too small. This is just about the average size that you can get. This should cook for about 5 minutes on each side, and we want them to get golden. You'll notice that this one has puffed up very nicely. It's supposed to puff up, and then what we do is when we take it out of the oil, I'm going to smash it between 2 spoons to remove any excess oil from it. have it, our adarsams, fit for any bride. Just to end off, a little bit of a garnish, some flaked almonds. And these can be for your Diwali parcel as well.
Delicious indeed. It was Mahatma Gandhi who once said, "I think I have understood Hinduism correctly when I say that it is eternal, all-embracing and flexible enough to suit all situations." Thank you for joining us, and until next time, do keep up your sadhana. Jai Saraswati Mata.